I think there's 5 mistakes that when people try to create content for their business that they kind of run into. And a lot of these are just because most business owners that want to do this kind of stuff don't have the time to workshop all these ideas and do all this research and figure out what are the best practices for creating content. And so there's kind of 5 large mistakes that we see businesses make. One of them is when they create something not to reuse it. And what I mean by that is when you create something like what we're doing right here today, you're going to get this long video out of it. You're going to post this video on YouTube, maybe on social media. But there's these cool moments that'll happen inside this video. Maybe not this one, because, we're too cool for this. Like we're way ahead of this. But most of the, a lot of times when you create this kind of stuff, you're going to have these cool moments. And not taking those moments, clipping them down and reusing them to meet your customer where they're at or your audience where they're at, that's the first mistake.
Okay.
The second one is not meeting your audience where they're at. A lot of people want to create a podcast and they think, man, like, this is awesome. I'm going to tell all my friends about it. They're going to listen to it. They're going to tell their friends about it. And really, that's just not how it works. And so even if you have something on a platform where you don't have a following, there are ways to get that content onto a platform where your following is and to teach them that you're trying to provide value for them. Mm-hmm. The third is not to provide value. You have to do all of these things in order to create good content. And at the end of the day, you can convert people to you, but if you're not providing some kind of value to those people, then they're not going to stay and they're not going to recommend you and help you grow. And the only way to provide value is to not make the fourth mistake, which is not knowing what we call your avatar audience. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people talk about their demographics and who they want to be in front of. And one of the most common things I hear that's a mistake is that people try to make content for everybody, when really in today's world especially, you should be making content for what we call your raving fans. And those are the people that are going to take your message, gain value from it, and then share it with other people. And that's how you create what we call an avatar audience. And an avatar audience is really taking that idea of a demographic and shrinking it down to where you could almost give it a name. And you can say, hey, what is Joe Augusta that needs my service, that uses my service? What is he doing today? What is the problems that he faces that I can help him solve? And so if you're a CPA firm, those problems may not be financial problems. They may be getting a business started or your organization and that kind of stuff. And so it takes some asking and really understanding what people are dealing with that you want to work with. And the fifth one is easy. The fifth one is you have all of these things you can do wrong and you have all these things you can really do right as well. But if you don't do it at all, if you don't create content at all for your business, it's going to be really hard for you to keep growing, especially in today's climate.